What's up, guys? I wanted to make this video because I have recently gotten a comment and it inspired me to want to give a different perspective. I used to agree with this mentality, but I realized after years of hard work and experience and wisdom, this mindset keeps you stuck. And so here's what the comment said: if you're making 100,000 a year cutting hair at home, keep doing you. Forget taxes, forget credit. Cash allows you to make moves. Money always talks. Save your money and invest it in the market. Real quick, I had to interrupt before the rest of this video because I didn't touch on this, and this is very important. Okay. You cannot invest in the markets, in real estate, stuff like that, right? If you don't pay taxes, because all of this gets reported to the IRS. So if you invest $20,000 into the stock market this year and your returns say you made 30K, the IRS is going to be scratching their head. And if you make a return and you make money and you sell anything and you don't pay taxes, you want to go to jail? All right, let's go to the rest of the video. Here we go. If you're cool with making 100,000 in cash, laying low, not paying taxes, not building credit, that's fine. But I wouldn't push that onto everybody, because here's the thing. Why are you convincing people to settle if they want to do bigger things? If someone wants to build wealth in real estate, start a business, scale up, the cash is king mindset's going to hold them back, because money don't work like that. It's different now. And so I want you to think back to the first time you ever did a fade, and be honest. How did you feel? You were probably nervous. You second guessed every move. You were scared you were going to mess up and zeke them. You probably took forever to get it right. But over time with practice, what happened? Now you can do a fade without second guessing yourself. It's like second nature. It's automatic. You move with confidence. You barely think about each step. Your hands know exactly how to adjust the lever. You don't need the clicks, but we like them. It's a feeling thing. And your blends come out perfect. And if they don't, you know how to fix any mistake you make along the way. Your books are full because clients trust your skill. You have a waterfall of clients now. At first it was hard, but now it's automatic. And so money works the same way. At first, learning about credit, investing, and scaling can be stressful, just like the first fade. But once you master it, it becomes automatic. When it becomes automatic, you can really take things up to the next level, but not if you rely on cash. If you have endless access to capital and you know you can get a return on that money, then you don't have to trade time for money anymore. This is what wealthy people do. They don't just earn money. They get access to millions and make a return on it every single year, whether they trade time for it or not. This is why that cash is king could be a trap, that mentality. Let me break it down into different concepts. Cash loses value over time. That $100 bill, it's worth less every year. What you use to spend to buy full grocery cart now gets you 2 bags if you're lucky. Inflation is stealing your money. Wealthy people don't sit on cash. They borrow money at low interest rates and invest it into high return assets. If you only spend what you have, you cap your potential. No credit equals no big opportunities. If you have no credit and no proof of income, you can't get business loans. It's going to be hard to buy real estate, and you're not going to have access to low interest money. Even if you have money, banks and investors aren't going to trust you if you don't have credit. You can only save so much. Saving money can get you a car, maybe a small business, but you're not going past that without learning how to leverage. The bottom line is that cash isn't king. Cash flow is king. Money is debt, not gold. A long time ago, money used to be backed by gold. If you had a dollar, it meant you could exchange it for actual gold at a bank. That ended in 1971 when the US left the gold standard. Now, money is literally created through debt. Every dollar that exists today had to be borrowed to be in existence in this economy. If no one borrows, the economy slows because no new money is created. When you take out a business loan, a mortgage, or a credit card, you literally just created money. The people who know how to use debt correctly are the ones who build massive wealth. And so let's talk about the Federal Reserve and how it controls money. Since money is debt, the Federal Reserve decides how much debt or money enters the economy. Debt and money, same thing. They do this in 3 major ways. Number one is they do it by buying or selling government bonds. Okay, think of bonds like IOUs from the government. When the Fed buys bonds, it gives banks cash, which means banks lend more, which means more money flows into the economy. When the Fed sells bonds, it takes cash out of the banks. Banks lend less. And so there's less money in the economy. Another way that the Fed manipulates the economy is by raising or lowering interest rates. Lower interest rates equal cheaper loans, equals more borrowing, equals more spending. Higher interest rates equals expensive loans, equals less borrowing, equals lower economy. And number three is by controlling how much banks can lend. Okay. So banks can give a lower reserve requirement, which means banks will lend more, which means there's more money circulating in our economy. And the opposite can happen as well. So why you need to be closer to the water spout of the money flowing from the Federal Reserve is because the people who are closest to the money spout get access to it first. These people are big banks, corporations, or investors with a strong financial reputation. These are the people the Fed trusts to distribute and multiply money. If you understand how money works, you build your credit and you use debt wisely, not for vacations, you can become one of those people. But if you're making 100K in cash, avoiding taxes, not building credit, not getting loans, you're at the very end of the waterfall, of the spout, working with literal drops of water. That's exactly what settling will get you. But if you want more, if you're willing to invest in yourself, learn and build your financial literacy, you can get closer to the water spout. It doesn't take a genius. It just takes some effort, ambition, work ethic, a little risk tolerance. That risk tolerance comes with building this muscle, conviction, right? The same type of risk you took when you did your first fade, knowing it might not come out perfect, but you kept trying until it became automatic. And what happens when you keep improving is that the money spout opens up even more and endless opportunities come with that. And so do you want to be the person that gets all of this access to capital and you can just turn around and distribute it where you think you'll get the best ROI? If you don't control money, money's going to control you. You can either be the camel that fights for every drop, struggling to survive, or you can be the bucket that positions yourself under the waterfall of endless money flow. The choice is yours at the end of the day. And I'm not saying either one are wrong. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. And you might just be in a chapter in your life where you're not ready for that type of responsibility. But if you are, if you're ambitious, if you've got something that you're fighting for, something bigger than you. I know for me, I grew up in a world where we depended on government help. Tax returns were a holiday. We figured out how to claim as many kids as possible. Everybody's credit was jacked. We needed co-signers for everything. If you had a brand new car, you was killing it. You got approved? Buy here, pay here was the move. I didn't want to participate in that anymore. It's not fair to my kids or their kids. I want to be the person that if my sister wants to open a business, I can help her out. If we have 80 barbers who are all making six figures and more barbers want to work with us, I can get the capital to open up 5 more barbershops to give people better jobs. I can provide better housing because I can go get a loan for $20 million and open an apartment complex. You can only cash your way so far, making $100,000 a year and saving it. There's only so much you can do. If you only think about yourself, that's fine. No knock on it. But I'm not going to go into people's videos and comment things to try to persuade them to be as ambitious as me. And I'm definitely not going to persuade them to settle as much as I'm settling. There are pros and cons to both. And you are taking a risk taking both paths because there might be a time in your life where a switch flips and you actually want to open businesses, buy real estate, let's say something in your community, and you want to build a park. You're going to cash your way there. That's the slowest way possible. And you can only do so much. Jeff Bezos has leveraged his way. Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, the richest people in the world understand finance. They don't just hold on to cash and that's it. They understand finance. They understand how money works. If you learn how money works and then you make the decision to settle on just being on cash, then that's an informed, smart choice and no one can tell you any different. And I respect that. But If you're just doing things because of your risk tolerance and fear, and you just want to be comfortable, that's a different argument. That's different. So you guys let me know what you thought about this video.